सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्त गोचरं तमगोचरम् गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् एतावुपाधि परजीवयोस्तयोः सम्यक् निरासेन परो न जीवः राज्यं नरेन्द्रस्य भटस्य खेटकः तयोरपोहेन भट्टो न राजः. After proper understanding of both the Lord and the individual, both these attributes with respect to the Lord and attribute with respect to the individual, when both these things are properly understood, negated means you can say properly understood, then what happens? Both of them, they go away. The attributes with respect to the Lord, they go away. So also the attributes with respect to the individual, that also those attributes also they go away. And when both these attributes they go away, what remains is the truth. That is the presentation of the scripture. Just like the example is given here, Rajyam Narendrasya means what? When you remove the kingdom from the king. So without a kingdom, without the kingdom, what is the question of anybody becoming a king? Another example is given. When the armor is removed from the soldier doesn't remain a soldier anymore. When the arms, because of which the person is called a soldier, those arms are removed, he no more remains a soldier. So what is important is proper understanding. Removing the attributes, it is the job of the individual, It is you see, when you are in problem, you need to solve your problem. No one else is going to solve your problem. So where other can solve the problem, that you have to see. Like for example, we have got hunger, you need food, you don't have food with you, somebody can provide you food. But when you've got a problem of sorrow is purely a personal experience. You do experience sorrow, anger, etc., all these things that disturb you. So there is no one else in this world who can help you out of this situation. Your mental problem, I'm telling you. External, wherever somebody can help you, it's okay. Somebody can help. You can take help also. But with respect to one's dissatisfaction, there is no question of getting any external help. And whenever you are trying to get some help from outside, it will be temporary, definitely, because nobody will be around you all the time. You are the person from the very date of your birth. You just try to see it out. Try to see how it is true. From the date of birth till death, you are the person who is going to be there with you. Without in a second, I tell you, you are always there with you. You will be with you as long as the life is there. So your problems, mental problems, emotional problems, there is no one else who can help you out. Somebody may give some support, temporary support, that's okay, but that's not the solution, because you have to solve your own problem. That's the reason why this these words are used proper. If you properly understand this, thoroughly understand it, it's not superficial experience at all. No, no superficial understanding. You have to understand these things thoroughly. Your concept about yourself has to change. Body is there, mind is there, and the scripture is telling if you negate these things, negation doesn't mean you can remove these things. It's not. Yes, some people do it, but that's not required. You need to negate these things. And negate here, what I mean is, see, today somebody is a human being. He's born as a human being. Okay, now in which way he is different from the man of the yesteryears? Hmm. He is a man, just like it and now. Same, it is the same and last year, 10 years back, 1,000 years back. It is the same ant only. There's no difference at all. And this ant after all. There is no question of any growth of the ant. Have you seen any better ant? Have you seen any better dog? Has there been any improvement in the dog, in the elephant? Understand is what I mean. You try to understand. Do you find any development in elephant, in dog, in cat, in cattle, any development, etc.? No. The same thing. Same rain, same winter, and same summer. There hasn't been any change whatsoever. We do experience all these three seasons. Okay, so and it's the same raining, same heat, scorching heat. Similarly, it's the same human being you should understand. Better human being if you start thinking about then you'll be in problem. Today's human beings are developed human beings. You are in problem, I tell you. That's not correct. Because of your some little bit of analysis of this world in this manner doesn't make you a better human being. You have brought about certain changes, acceptable. You have brought about changes. That's the reason why I'm sitting here and you're listening at your home. It can be recorded and you can listen it afterwards also. Okay, fine, nothing wrong. But why do you think that these things are so big? Hmm? That is where the assimilations is needed. You need to assimilate how nothing is so important. Nothing is so important. Any change whatsoever the human being brings about in this world, basic nature of the nature is not going to change. The basic nature, I mean to say. So this is how a person has to assimilate so that he or she remains comfortable. You bring about whatever changes outside, but where you cannot bring changes, you have to understand. So the limited nature of the human being, that is called the jiva, the individual, that has got to be negated, understood properly. If you understand properly, that will be negation, equal to negation. So this gross body has got to be understood thoroughly. Then the subtle body, like your this respiratory system, the hunger, thirst, etc., they have got to be understood. Along with that, the mind, the functioning of the mind, varieties of emotions, and then the decision-making capacity, then the time, and the time when the mind doesn't function, but you lie down and there is called deep sleep. So all these things have got to be understood thoroughly. The limited being, which is called the individual, the limited in the individual's nature of the individual has got to be understood. It is the nature all the time. As I told you, elephant today and an elephant 1,000 years back is 100% same. Similarly, suppose you understand this. Today's human being is the same as the human being of 1,000 years back. Or any human being that is going to come after 1,000 years, it will be the same human being, same eye, ear, nose, etc. and he'll be having the same same hunger, same thirst. There was a time when there is no hunger, thirst, etc. No, there is an imagination. There is imagination in the scripture. So, ubhe titva asanaya pipase, it is written, it is in Sanskrit. So, what is written there is no hunger, thirst in heaven. Okay. In heaven, there is no hunger and thirst. But you have to go to the heaven. No. Being here in this earth, you cannot experience the things of the heaven. So in heaven, there is no hunger, no thirst. See, that means what? You have to die in order to experience the straight up in the situation in the heaven. But as long as anybody is there in this earth, hunger and thirst, they are bound to be there. And then this old age, if at all the Lord allows the person to live for, let's say, for 80 years, this person is allowed to live for 80 years. Means what? What will be the condition of the person? You can understand. There is the nature of the body that has been there in the system forever. And also you understand very clearly what is the meaning of death. Death means he is no more available for your use. Neither he can use anything else. he cannot. He is not available for your use. Plus, he cannot use anything else also. That is the meaning of death. A full stop to everything. You do whatever you like, dear. You do whatever you like. Any achievements, so-called achievement, whatever you do, let people, all the world, all the people of the world, let them praise you. You are a great person, etc. But you are not going to be allowed to stay here forever. That's not going to happen. So this has got to be assimilated. So my attraction towards this body which is available near me, I can tell you, it's not my body. My body is a problem. Have you done anything with respect to the body? There has been hunger and you have put some stuffs from outside through your mouth so that it has become like this. It has become like this. You eat food, but the Lord makes it what? The Lord makes blood, flesh, bone out of it. You eat food, but the food turns into flesh, bone, etc. Skin, hair, everything. You are eating food, but the hair is growing. Do you imagine how it becomes like this? So the nature of the body has got to be thoroughly assimilated. And if you thoroughly assimilate it, and your being the owner of the body has got to be reduced. The ownership has got to be reduced so that slowly you understand that I am not the owner. Even though I am the caretaker of this body, I am the caretaker in fact. It has been given. It has become like this. See your face in the mirror. How it's like this? Not like anything else. It is like this alone. I'm not responsible for that. Nobody is responsible for this. It looks like this. Why? Whatever you understand is the Lord. Similarly, why do you remember the past? Because I remember the memory capacity is there. It is in the system. The system means the Lord. Why don't you have any knowledge about the future? You can plan for the future, but why don't you have any knowledge? That's because in the system, the Lord. So nobody can change the law of the Lord. That is called nature. You call it nature, but it's Lord's direction. It will be like this. So when you know thoroughly, this is what the nature of this individual. The individual means the entire structure. The entire structure is called the individual, which is a living organism. Every human being is a living organism. It's having a set of sense organs that are functioning to use the world. And then you have got the system to analyze and use. That's called mind. You see things, but you don't perform activities suddenly. You analyze. Oh, what should I do? What I shouldn't do, etc. There is a tiger around. Do you want to go out? No. Because the relationship between tiger and a human being. So similarly, mosquitoes also, small tiger, mosquitoes also. So some as mosquitoes is there, so you need to remove that mosquito. You're not afraid of the mosquito. Hmm. So your transactions will be as per the rules of the nature, rules of the Lord. You're eating, you're sleeping, you're drinking water, everything is the rules of the Lord. So when you accept this body, it becomes this body. It was earlier, it was my body. It was my body. And now when you assimilate this thoroughly, it becomes this body. So hunger is there in the stomach. Understanding system of understanding is there. Mind understand what is happening in the stomach. That is called I am hungry. And you assimilate this. See, I am hungry means hunger is there, understanding takes place, and see what is available outside. What is advised, what is desirable for you to eat, and what is not desirable for you to eat. You analyze and eat it. This is job of the mind. So you understand that hunger belongs to the stomach, not to you. And whatever happens in the stomach, it is known to the mind. Because of the knowledge of the stomach, how can you say that you are hungry? The system is expressed in this form. Okay, the system is expressed. So I am hungry. What do you mean by that? Something has happening out there in the stomach. It needs energy. The body needs energy. Therefore, given the system, you need to put some stuff, fuel. You can say fuel. Just like for the vehicle, you need petrol or diesel. This body needs this gross material. Gross material it needs. No water, it's the gross material. And gross material will be whatever is available from outside. And that's the Lord's creation. The outside is the Lord's creation. So when you are eating, you also understand what you are doing. Hmm. That's the reason why the scripture says, whatever you are doing because of Lord's grace, you understand. Otherwise, you cannot negate this doership, I tell you. The more the doership increases in you, the more you suffer. Because in many instances, you are the non doer. You cannot do. When you are very happy with your jobs, whatever you do, when you cannot do something, you will suffer because you are enjoying your doership. If you become an instrument, then what happens? If I'm not able to do also, with the Lord's wish, I cannot do. Similarly, when I'm able to do something, same Lord's wish, I can do something. Hmm. We cannot fly. Why? Because the Lord has not allowed us to fly. The Lord has given the flying system to the birds, not the human beings. Even though others are doing some other things, I'm not doing those things. Why? Because the Lord has not given me. It's fine. Nothing wrong in that. Somebody say, people do compare, no? People do compare with others. He is doing so much. Why are you not able to do it? He is remembering so much. Why you cannot remember this? It's mine, not mine. And it's not my responsibility. Hmm. If somebody tells me why you don't like this, people don't people don't tell like this, of course. Why don't you look like this? You should look like that. They don't say because they know that this is not possible. How I look, I'm not responsible. Nobody is responsible. They know it very clearly. You should look better. They know very clearly. That's the reason why they don't ask us question. Hmm. But why don't you know this? Why don't you try to do this? Etc. They will say. Hmm. And they will belittle you. It's fine. Let them belittle me. No problem. Everybody is small. From one respect or other, everybody is small. And somebody doesn't understand that he or she is small. As long as the body has got capacity, this fellow is raise his head, raise it. I am there to do these things. And when he is not doing able to do anything, miserably, people die. Almost 100% people they die miserably. I tell you, nobody is ready to leave this world. And the pity is, at the old age, Nobody comes to you to ask anything because you're going to start your story from the age of 5. When I was 5 years old. No, I started doing this and that, etc. You'll start your story. So who's going to be there near you to listen to all these things, all this nonsense according to them? You think it is meaningful that you have done something in your life. You don't want to understand that any deed, whatever I did, is simply meaningless. You don't try to, yeah, meaningless. What I mean is, don't degrade yourself. But why should you think that you have done such a big thing? That's the reason you see the scripture, what the Veda says. You don't need to do anything. At last, sannyasa means renunciation means what? You don't need to do anything. Just whatever is available food, you you take and remain happy throughout. If you're if you're getting happiness from activities, it, every day you will suffer. My happiness is not because of what I do. I'm satisfied with what I'm doing, that's okay, but I'm happy because the Lord has kept me alive today. See, what a difference. This is true universally, I tell you. Everybody is doing something great. No, everybody is living helplessly because of the grace of the Lord, and that's the reason whoever is, whatever is doing, it's fine. Nothing important, nothing very big. Anybody doing anything in this world is not big. What is big is he is alive because of the grace of the Lord. Do pay attention to this. Slowly it will happen. Even if it is a 1 month old child, 1 day old child, whatever it is, grace of the Lord, the person is alive. So, what is the question of my counting my achievements in life? It's all nonsense. And this is the best achievement, I tell you. Our ancestors, they have said it. This is the achievement that you need to assimilate. Here, there is nothing to do. Simply you assimilate. And for assimilation, you have to make yourself ready. And how do I make myself ready? Keep praying, dear. There is no other way. Keep praying. May the Lord give me the capacity to understand things properly. Understand things properly. And whatever changes I will bring about is okay. The Lord, whatever capacity He has given me, physical, mental, etc., external objects, whatever things are there, I will bring about some changes. Fine, nothing wrong in that. But I'm not craving for any change, any big change, etc. If I don't become like this, I will suffer. If I don't get this, I will suffer. Then you will suffer your entire life. Nobody will be there to help you out because this is purely your assimilation. External objects are not going to help you. No individual in this world can help you. Not a single person. And this so-called imaginary Lord also is not going to help you. Lord is not doing anything. Why should He do anything to you? Why should the Lord do anything to you? He has already done you by given the intellect. The Lord has given you the intellect. You assimilate and understand it thoroughly because this is how people have lived in this earth. Everybody lived here. Those who have died, they also lived here in this earth. And whatever people are doing today, listen to me what I'm telling. Whatever people are doing today all over the world, such things were being done earlier also. It is not that today some special people are there in this earth, or for that matter, after another 1,000 years, some special people will come here. It's all just imagination, simply imagination. A time is going to come, the earth will be very nice, everybody will be happily living, everybody will be devoted to the Lord, etc. Forget about it. If today the world is like this, why don't I understand that it was like this earlier also? In future also the world will be like this alone. It's not going to be changed, it's not going to change in any manner. So the way of living will change. Basic things are never going to change. The food, etc., food, water, etc., they are never going to change. You bring about any change whatsoever, you will have to depend upon, I can say, the rice, paddy, and wheat, let's say. Paddy, cereals, etc., vegetables, all these things are there. So the assimilation is very important. That's why in this verse it has been said, Samyak nirase, properly, you have to thoroughly You have to understand. Because any confusion, it will lead to, so any confusion. My expectation from this body, what type of expectation should be there? You ask anybody. I went to a school. I went to a school. Sometimes some people they call me for giving a talk. So I ask the children, what will you do? What do you want to become in life? Somebody says, I'll become an engineer, I'll become a doctor. Somebody says, I'll do business, etc. People have got varieties of desires. Someone told me I'll become a cricketer, national, I'll represent my nation, and represent my. So this is how the desires of the children. Now, when I ask them, how will you look after another 20 years? Imagine 10 years. After 10 years, how you will look, you just imagine. After 20 years, you imagine. After 50 years, you imagine. And when I said them, after 120 years, you imagine, they say, nobody will be here. They understand it. None of them will be here. Everybody will understand this 100%. Because that is the reality. They know very clearly. After 120 years, nobody will be there. So, this reality everybody understands, but everybody forgets. Forgets means what? The child is born means, oh, don't bother about it because this fellow is going to live for another so long life is there, very long life. How much life, I don't know, but they say, as though you are giving the guarantee. This fellow is live for 70 or 80 years. So this reality, nobody pays attention. Even though they suffer when such situation arises, they suffer, but they don't pay attention every day. If they were to pay attention towards this, what will happen? Even if such a situation arises, the person would not be worried because the Lord's wish is being fulfilled. So life is not always smooth. We should know very clearly and never to expect life to be smooth. Yeah, okay. When the life is smooth, fine. Lord's wish it is taking place. The system is okay. Physical system, external, the situation, everything is okay, fine. But when it is not fine, also should be fine for me. That's the samyak nirasa. Proper negation of the nature of the body, the external world, your expectations, everything have got to be thoroughly analyzed. Nothing wrong in expectations. The problem is when expectations are not fulfilled, that's the problem. And you imagine, no problem. You imagine, I will become like this, I will become like this after you keep imagining, no problem, dear. But the reality also you should understand. I plan to do this and that, it's okay. But if it doesn't happen also, well, Lord's wish doesn't matter. I'm not going to be unhappy because my desires will be there. And if the Lord so wishes, my desires will be fulfilled. So whenever my desires are being fulfilled, if I am able to see that if the Lord's wish, because of the Lord's wish, the desires will be fulfilled, then I am comfortable, no problem. And in that case, what happens when your desire is not fulfilled, you're not so much worried. Some little disturbance will be there because some need is there, particularly when the body is in problem, the body is, you know it very clearly. When the body is in problem and it's not, nothing is working, you have been trying eating varieties of things called medicine, etc. You have been trying, but it is not responding. It's not responding. Then you are naturally some little worry will be there. But because of your assimilation, that's the reason. That's the reason the scripture says if you are able to tolerate this reality, see, if you don't tolerate, definitely you'll be unhappy. So why shouldn't you try to tolerate again and again? And when you are able to tolerate, be grateful to the Lord. Oh Lord, you have given the capacity to me to relate to you and have and keep myself cool in different situations. It's your grace. You can see the presence of the Lord. It is already there. Just like, for example, I keep saying every now and then, it's the air because of which everybody is living, but nobody pays attention. The Odissi dancer or some dancer, whatever dancer, somebody is dancing, and the Lord is keeping the fellow alive moment to moment. You don't pay attention to that. The same Lord, because of which The person is alive, Lord in the form of air. It is entering into the body and coming out. This fellow is dancing. This fellow is drinking. Ah, yeah, he's drinking. But because of the same Lord keeping the fellow alive moment to moment, you don't pay attention to that. Why, why do you don't pay attention? Because you are very much fascinated by what he is doing. Hmm? This fellow is singing a very beautiful song, just like cuckoo, for example. The cuckoo is singing very nicely. It's a bird. The bird is singing. It doesn't sing. It creates sound as per the system. It is alive. Lord's grace, it is alive. There have been so many cuckoos who are gone. So this reality, if you enjoy, if you don't enjoy, meaningless. You're being unhappy is meaningless because nobody will bother about it. Suppose you say, why each and every day it is going away from my life. I am approaching towards the death, and I am not worried for that. You remain worried. Nobody is going to help you. So this reality, this reality, everybody wants to forget, but the reality remains the reality. It is not going to change. So better to prepare to leave this world. There's the reason why the scripture is called Prasthanatraya, preparing to go back. This person, we in each and every discourse, we prepare to go back because you are bound to go back. So how do you prepare? The last preparation. The last preparation it will be there is nothing to do here. There is nothing that I remains to be done for me. That is how you have to grow systematically. Systematically is very important. You cannot understand just because you prayed for 1 minute or one hour, etc. You will understand everything. It's not like that. That's the reason why our ancestors they have said the scripture has said, till death, if you are aware of this reality, till death, if you are aware of this reality, then only you will be happy. So if at all you want to be, if you don't want to be happy, it is purely your choice, no problem. Nobody can make you happy, and nobody can make you unhappy also. If you think properly, very simple, think properly. And thinking properly doesn't take place unless you are leading a proper life, unless you are praying. Without prayer, impossible because see, different situations will be there, helplessness will be there. In that helplessness, what will you do? Because the situation is not going to change, So if you don't know how to pray, you cannot remain comfortable because you will search for help, some help from somebody. Someone will help. So situations are not comfortable all the time, very clearly. So the direction is given. Slowly nourishing the mind, nourishing the dispassion that you have inside you, nourishing the dispassion toward the things and people of the world, advantage of achievement, etc. No question of achievement, etc. So all these assimilations, when they take place, then you negate. Then you come to a stage, you have the capacity to negate the physical body, the uh, the subtle body, everything you negate. These things are there for my use, and because these things are there, I'm happy with this, but I'm not very happy with this. It's okay. So, proper assimilation of both the Lord and the individual has got to be very thorough. What the Lord can do, what the Lord cannot do. So just imagination that the Lord can do everything, this is not going to work. It has never happened, I tell you. You know very clearly. Even then, people helplessly pray to the Lord to do something. To do something. He has already done something. And that something is He has given you the mind. So changes do take place. Small change, big change. We have seen, we have experienced a change. International level, world level problem we have seen. Corona, world level problem. See, Lord's wish. Simply the Lord's wish. You can't do anything. We are living, we are alive because of today. We are alive because not because of us, or not because of any medicine. Yes, medicine we took, fine, that's okay. But Lord's wish. In spite of taking medicines, also some people have died. Many people, not one or two. So, what sort of change can the Lord bring about? We should understand. And if you fall for small little things, you fall for some little knowledge, small little ujabuja objects. If you fall for all these things, the life will be lost. Simply, life will be lost. Nothing else. So, it is an opportunity. This human body is an opportunity to assimilate the truth and get away from the misunderstandings that a person has. So when the misunderstanding goes away, truth reveals itself and the person remains happy rest of his life. We'll meditate rest of the time. Sit straight, close your eyes, and take the names of various parts of the body. Look at those parts. Top of the head, the hair, the forehead, right eye, left eye, nose, mouth, right cheek, right ear, left cheek, left ear, back side of the head, neck, right shoulder, right arm, right elbow, right palm, fingers, left shoulder, left arm, left elbow, left palm, fingers, back, the chest, the stomach, left thigh, left knee, left foot, the toes, right thigh, right knee, right foot, the toes, the entire body. This body is the blessing of the Lord. I will make use of this body in the right manner because this is an opportunity. This is not like any other bodies in this world. Any other bodies, by that I mean the animals, insects, plants. It's not like that. This is a human body. Best utilization of the human body has got to be done. And best utilization is understanding the truth about the universe. So every day I put the maximum effort to make the best use of it. There's no question of any negligence. Each day is a blessing. Every day, every moment is a blessing. If I'm alive today, it's not because of me, it is purely because of the grace of the Lord. Because this moment also, there are so many people in this world who are already dead. It's purely grace of the Lord that this body is alive. So I'm grateful to the Lord. I'm, this is good enough. I don't have any complaint for anything. Whatever I possess, whatever the Lord has given to me, whatever knowledge is there, all these things, whatsoever, I'm not there to complain. I'm happy with what the Lord has made me. Nothing more I require. Similarly, I'm happy with each and everybody in this world, the way they are, because that is how the Lord wants them to be. Look at your nostrils, how the air is entering into the body and keeping it alive throughout life. Throughout life, the air keeps the body alive because the Lord has given the capacity to the air. It will have the capacity to keep the body alive. Just pay attention how the air is entering into the body. Just pay attention and be grateful. No, you don't need to control this. Just pay attention on how the Lord's capacity is. Just look at the tip of the nose. In the nostril, I mean, in the nostril, how the air is entering. Mental worship, worshipping the Lord mentally. Physical, they're not like physical worship, but the same physical worship, whatever is done with flower and prostration, etc. Same thing can be done mentally also. So imagine any form of the Lord, because Lord is all pervasive. Definitely, the Lord is there in that form also. Put a flower at the feet of the Lord, prostrate, pray. Oh Lord, give me the capacity to accept whatever I cannot change. Give me the capacity to change whatever I can change, and may I know in each and every situation what I can change and what I cannot change. Doing salutations to the Lord again and again. Om Namah Shiva. I'm chanting it, you listen to it. By listening itself, chanting takes place. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Shiva. Om Namah Shiva. Om Namah Shiva. Water alone is the entire ocean. Consciousness alone is your entire dream. There is nothing but consciousness in the dream. Looks like waves, but it's all water in the ocean. Looks like varieties of things in the dream. Mountain, human beings, flower, everything. It is all one consciousness. Similarly, the entire universe is all one consciousness. I am that consciousness. Everything is this one consciousness. Sentient, insentient, everything is one consciousness. Infinity is the nature of the consciousness, free from any change. Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Pajanyah Prithvi Sasya Shadini Deshoyam Shobharhitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.